Hi there, it's Leslie from Hungry Heavy Crafts here, and today I'm going to be showing you how to make a really super easy shaker card. While I was making a scrapbook page, I decided to make myself a mask, so I ran some acetate through my Silhouette Cameo and cut out little tiny hearts. I took the little tiny hearts and put them in this Ziploc bag, and as I was holding them in the bag, thought they looked really cute and was inspired to make a shaker card. So I'm going to be showing you how I've done that, and I'm starting with some craft cardstock, and first we're going to build the structure of the card, and the little shaker bit's going to be right in the middle. So I've got some 3x4 piece of card here. It's actually embossed with little flowers. I think it's a Doodlebug design scrapbook page from many moons ago, so I took that out of my stash and I've cut down into 3x4s and smaller sizes, and I'm finding that I use it better in the smaller sizes because I can store it closer to my desk. So let's put the panel in here first of all, going horizontally across, and I'll trim off the edge. Now I want to add some pops of colour, so I've taken some scraps of paper. First of all, this pink one, and I've also got some yellow ones as well. And I'm just going to be adding these to create little borders. I think I like the yellow one at the bottom, but I'm going to have to trim off this white bit so that it will fit at the bottom there. And I'm going to tuck it underneath that bottom lip of the embossed card. Just wiggle it in here. There we go. Snip off these excess bits. Now for the top, I think I'd like this pink one to go just over the top to create a border so that you don't see the exposed edge of the embossed card on top. So let's stick that on there too. And it's a mixture of soft pink and a hot pink. And I want to carry that tone throughout the whole pattern. For this one here, I've got polka dots on one side, and I really like that. It's subtle, it's not too in your face, but I want to create a little bit more interest at the top. So I've grabbed a border punch, which has this lovely lacy design on it, which is really romantic, which is perfect because this is actually going to be a Valentine's card. So let's tuck this in underneath the top of this embossed panel and secure it in place. Just in here. There we go. So now that I've got the base of the card created, this is my little Ziploc bag of hearts, and it's going to be right in the middle. And I've taken one of these Polaroid frames. This actually came in a collection pack from Jelly Bean Soup, and by good luck or good luck measure, I'm not sure, but it's the exact size of my Ziploc bag. So previously I probably would have glued a piece of acetate on there and created a border with foam pads and 3D foam pads, but what I've decided to do is just stick this Polaroid frame on top of the Ziploc bag. Before I do that though, let's put this die cut heart into the bag like this, which is really easy, and we'll zip it up, and there is a little tiny bit of air in there, so the hearts will shake really easily. You might notice there that I've actually trimmed the top where you've got the Ziploc section. The top bit was a little bit thicker, it was probably about 1.5 centimeters, and I've trimmed it down so it doesn't poke out underneath my Polaroid frame. So let's put that in place. So now I'm just adding a little bit more glossy accents on top of the Ziploc bag, and I actually want to mount this onto some colourful card, and I've chosen this diagonal stripe. It's actually a Heidi Swap piece of cardstock. So let's stick that on top and give that a second just to dry, and then you can see how easily that shakes because there's a little bit of air in there, and it shakes really easy. So let's pop this onto our card, just right here. I decided that I needed something extra, so I'm putting some twine along the top. I've created a little notch in the fold of the card and using my piercing tool, making sure that there's a proper hole there, so I can push my twine through that hole and I know that it's going to stay in place. And this is some really thin twine from May Arts. I got it in my stocking for Christmas and I really love it. Now I'm going to take my scissors and create another little notch on this side, just a really tiny notch. So it means that whenever I'm tying it round, the twine will fall in that notch and not meander and fall up and down the right hand side of the card. I'm adding a little bow with my twine and cutting off these tails. Now let's stick on the main feature. Just about here. And I wanted to put it at an angle so it's a little bit more quirky. I've got another die cut here that says Love Ya, and I'm going to stick it just about here, overhanging the side of the Polaroid section, the shaker bit, and the actual card bit itself. And I'm nearly done. I just thought it needs one more thing. I've gone back to that Heidi Swap card, where behind the Polaroid it's a pale pink stripe, while the other side of the card is just this monotone pink. So I'm taking some Paula Pascal stamps and cutting down stamping some greetings on there saying Happy Valentine's Day, and I'm going to cut it down, create a little tag. So let's trim that down. I'm going to round the corners and use my my crocodile to create a hole in the top, and I'll add a little tiny bit of twine to this tag as well, just to tie in with the other bit that's in the card. So this is really the final piece of my card. I'm going to tuck it just on the top of that Love Ya section on some foam adhesive, just to raise it up to create a little bit of interest. And that's pretty much it. Thanks for joining me today for this really simple, really easy shaker card. And now that I have found that this works really well, I'm sure I'll be making lots more. Do come and visit me at hungryheffycrafts.com for more tips, techniques and ideas.